Hi Pisces, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your January 2022 Mercury Retrograde reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say. How will Pisces be affected by the January 2022 Mercury retrograde? Angels, ooh, goodness, and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. At the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the world and we have the lovers at our root. So that's absolutely beautiful. We're starting to fall in love with our world again, or we're keeping on that love affair with our world. Now, Gemini energy, which is what the lovers represents, is ruled by Mercury, meaning that at our root, this Mercury retrograde is going to be more intense than we expected it to be. So just be mindful of this. Also, if we have Gemini within our natal chart, it's coming through as a rooted energy, as an energy that affects us at our root of our being. We then have the Sun, which is absolutely brilliant, and we have the Two of Swords in our inner self. We have the Three of Wands and the Four of Cups in our emotional self. And in the public arena, we have the Star, which is Aquarius energy, and we have the Five of Pentacles. Interesting. So the Five of Pentacles is a poverty mentality that's going to be addressed, and the Star is Aquarius energy. So if we have Aquarius within our natal chart or are born on the cusp with Aquarius, this is coming through very powerfully here in the public arena. Mercury and Aquarius are very intertwined during this time. So this is going to be a much more intense time than I thought it was going to be for you guys. So, here, Pisces, we have so much more going on than we expect. So just be mindful of this. So let us look at the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides. This is Freylt. This is Sagittarius energy. And Sagittarius energy here has us looking at all different sides, has us, diving into different spiritualities, different modalities, and we're going to find that we can be lured in by something that just isn't right for us. So do be mindful of this, especially during this time. It's going to be like, oh my gosh, I found the answer. And it's just a whole bunch more questions, or a bunch of different questions. So again, be aware of this. And then our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Ooh, this one right here. Oh, it's peace. I love that for us, Pisces. So our crown chakra is coming through, and it says, let us be crowned with peace during this time. Let us embrace peace. What makes our soul peaceful? What brings us peace? What brings us, excuse me, a calm understanding of ourselves and our surroundings. So let us look at this time, this Mercury retrograde, astrologically speaking. So on the 14th of January, we have Mercury retrograde, but from the 29th of December to the 14th of January, we have the pre-shadow period. Now, this pre-shadow period begins in Capricorn energy, is in Capricorn energy, right? And so what we find here is that we find Saturn, all right, as we're looking at this, Saturn is in Aquarius. Saturn rules Capricorn, so Saturn is very comfortable in the Capricorn energy, but Saturn and Aquarius do not play well together. They just don't. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. We have the freedom of Uranus coming forward. We have the structure of Saturn coming forward, and they can really be at odds with each other. And what we're going to kind of come up with at this time is that, okay, if I just make a spreadsheet or make enough rules for myself to follow and are super, super strict, I'll be able to have the freedom, have the enjoyment that I really want. And excuse me, as I take a sip of water. And that can sound really, really good in concept, right? Because we can say if I work really hard for these amount of hours, I should be able to play really hard for these amount of hours. But we're going to find ourselves drained. We're going to find ourselves overwhelmed. And either we're going to be so drained that we can't enjoy the freedom, or we're just going to rebel against the rules that we've set for ourselves, the sense of nobody's going to tell me what to do type of thing, even myself, and then just kind of not achieve what it is that we wanted to achieve. So do be mindful of this during this retrograde period, this shadow period, this pre-shadow period. Now, we do have Jupiter in Pisces and we have Neptune in Pisces, which is really, really good for us Pisces. So this is why this Mercury retrograde, I was really surprised by the cards, because with the Jupiter in Pisces, this really plays off each other really nice. Jupiter likes being in Pisces. Jupiter and Pisces share a lot of the same energy. It makes us friendly, it makes us caring, it makes us nurturing, it makes us feel more aware that our angels are watching over us, that we are protected, that there's a bigger plan to the cosmos than we had realized. Sagittarius is also ruled by Jupiter, so just be mindful of that during this time. Okay, just be aware of that energy coming through here, which, Spirit is saying for some reason that's important. It's going to be like we really get on with this person, or everything seems to be falling in place, and then when the veil is revealed, or when we go a little bit deeper, we're going to realize like, oh no, that's not right. So just be aware of this. Now with Neptune in Pisces, we're ruled by Neptune. So the Neptune energy that comes in, Neptune is also known as the Lord of the Invisible Kingdom. And that's where we feel the most comfortable, Pisces. If we ever wonder about ourselves, like where do we feel the most comfortable? It's in the matters of the hearts. It's in the matters of dreams. It's in the matters of self-expression. It's in the matter of things that people can't always quantify as well as they would want to be able to quantify it. So just be aware of this. And with us, with Neptune being in Pisces and us, of course, being ruled by this planet, we need that energy of Capricorn to kind of settle our feet down on the ground and say, okay, how do you bring your dreams into reality? Which is going to be one of the questions that really comes forward in Mercury retrograde. From the 14th of January to the 4th of February, Mercury is in retrograde, and Mercury is in Aquarius during this time. And this is a positive energy place for Mercury. So we have Mercury energy at our root, right? And we have Aquarius in our public arena. And we need to be able to express ourselves through our words and our language and our ideas and our concepts and whatever it is that gets us thinking and moving outside of the box. So that's going to be really important. And even though Mercury is comfortable in Aquarius, when Mercury is in retrograde, we find the breakdown of communication all the more frustrating and all the more overwhelming, because it feels like it should be going right? We still have Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces, so that's really good for us. We still have that positive backing here. Now we have Venus in Capricorn. This energy, not so fun for anyone. This makes it hard for us to express our feelings, which really doesn't help us during Mercury retrograde, where we're already feeling misunderstood. So be aware of this. This will also make us rather secretive and withdrawn, and it can lead us to feeling anxious and sad, and that sadness leading into depression if we do not, address it, if we do not look at it. So just be, again, aware of this. Mercury is going to be trine the moon, which is a really good place for Mercury to be in. okay? Because we have good memories, a peaceful soul, good communication skills come forward. But because we're in retrograde, it feels like we almost get there and then things can fall apart. Now, it doesn't mean that things have to fall apart. What we have to be mindful of during a Mercury retrograde is that these are the warnings. These are the things that can go wrong. It's kind of like forewarned is forearmed type of thing. Just be mindful, just be aware that things can kind of go pear-shaped during this time, and we can think, oh my gosh, everything's heading in the right direction, in a nice direction, and then we think, no, it's not. No, it's not heading there at all, or it's not going the way that I imagined. So that's going to be really important for us to take our own ideas of what should be and kind of let the universe do as it may, kind of take the wheel at times. Mercury is going to be conjunct Saturn. Now we are going to find ourselves distrusting our own abilities and our own imagination. And this really is something that makes us want to approach life through, these are the facts, this is how I'm moving forward, this is the way I need it to be. And yet our rules cannot dictate the way that we express, cannot make us feel like we cannot trust ourselves. So just be aware of this. Mercury is going to be squared Uranus, and now this is frustrating for everybody. This is a frustrating energy for everyone, amplified in the public arena for us, which of course we don't want, but it's here, so we better just be aware of it. So this makes everyone astoundingly opinionated, and everyone is talking but no one is listening. This brings a tremendous amount of frustration because there's such a strong sense of I'm right and you're wrong, that people are on attack mode, that people are either attacking or withdrawing and just running away type of thing. So just be aware of this, and no one gets what they want during this energy, during this time. So just be aware that if we're all so busy attacking, if we're all so busy trying to prove our point or letting our ego take over, we're never going to get anywhere. On the 4th of February to the 24th of February, we have the post-shadow period. The moon is going to be sextile Mercury. This brings peace and intelligence. We just have to step out of our own egos. If we step out of our own egos, we'll be getting to where it is that we want to be, but that's going to be something that's a little bit tricky. Mercury is going to be sextile Neptune. We have amazing imagination, yet we can find it hard to bring these ideas to life. So stop trying to be perfect and just see what happens. Just see what happens. The imperfection is actually going to be kind of the beautiful part of it all. Mercury is going to be conjunct Pluto. This alignment brings chaotic thinking, because the subconscious and the conscious thinking process are intertwined. So we're not going to be able to make ourselves as clear as we want to. Mercury is trine the North Lunar Node. Excuse me. And we're also curious here about ourselves, about everybody else. We want to dive deep into things. We can't fix everything. And that's going to be something that is really quite intense for us. We can't fix everything. Just be aware of that. We're going to try to. The world is opening up to us. At our root here, we have the world, and it comes to us in stories, it comes to us in imagination, it comes to us in ideas, in our dreams, and we're being connected with the sacred feminine, the sacred masculine aspects of ourselves, with what we desire, with what we want, with how our heart is leading us forward. And we're going to find ourselves really embracing something quite extraordinary. Now, does the miscommunication frustrate us? Yes. Are we feeling overwhelmed with things? Absolutely. It's Mercury retrograde. We can have this be a really intense time if we take it too seriously. And we could also have this be a time where it's like, okay, I know things are going to go wrong. I'm going to leave extra time, type of thing. It's kind of like trying to find a parking space in New York City. You leave extra time because it's going to take a really long time to find that parking space, or in Boston, or, in Dallas, wherever you're trying to find a parking space. It becomes intense, right? So here it's like, just remember this intensity is there. And so if you can kind of be aware of it, it doesn't have to rule you. It just doesn't. And so the Mercury energy comes in, and it does affect our world. It does affect, how we're moving forward, but it also is showing us the way that we're tripping up. The way that we're tripping up is the way that we have to step back and say, okay, why? Why this? Why is it hard here? What is the chaos here? What is this trying to show me? What is this trying to teach me? Because if we look at it like that, then all of a sudden the sun starts shining on us. This is the happiest card in the whole entire tarot deck, right? It comes in and it's like, this is your beauty. This is your brilliance. Let yourself shine. Let yourself be. Let yourself embrace and express, and just move forward in this brilliance, in this love. Do people try to take us by eyes when the sun shines on us? Absolutely. Absolutely. They'll be like, why do you get to have this and I don't? And it's because this is our joy to be able to share with our hearts and our souls and ourselves, and nobody gets to rob it from us. Nobody gets to, deny it from us. And we're going to find that the Two of Swords really has new roads opening to us, new ways opening to us that we hadn't anticipated before, that we hadn't thought could be ours. And as these new roads open to us, we're going to say like, yeah, I can do this. Or no, I don't want to do this. Or, oh wow, I never thought of it that way. It brings us to the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is new horizons. It's just the sense of, oh wow, can it be? Like, can I send my ships out like that? Can I go after that dream? Can I embrace this? And our heart is saying, kind of why not? But our heart is also a little bit gun shy. We're looking at things kind of one certain way, and we're not expecting a gift to come in from out of the blue. We're not expecting the gift that divinity brings us. And that's going to be something that's going to be interesting, because it's like it comes out of left field. It moves us forward in a way that we hadn't anticipated, hadn't expected, and yet it guides us to the place that we need to be. And it brings us to the star. So it's kind of like this pushes us out of our comfort zone. This has a gift coming in that might not feel like a gift at all. It might feel like an extra workload or an extra something that we have to get done. And all of a sudden, it can be down the road a bit, or it can be as we're doing it, it's having us meet somebody that we needed to meet, or having us, connect some ideas together that we needed to connect. And it's like, oh, wow, why didn't I see that before? And it brings us to the star. And the star here says, guiding light, inspiration, faith, hope, miracles, infinite energy. And that is just beautiful. That is just absolutely beautiful. And so this infinite energy comes forward, this hope, this guiding light, this faith of ourselves and our dreams and what we desire. Now this comes forward and it says, are you seeking your freedom? Are you seeking the freedom to dream? Are you seeking the freedom to be? And we have this poverty mentality coming in, and this is struggle and hardship and loss. And again, struggle and hardship and loss, like a mantra repeated around us. And so here we have hopefulness, and here we have hopelessness. And it's like, which one is going to win? And why is the struggle so intense and so hard? And what are we reenacting? Is it from a past life? Is it from a trauma from our childhood? What is it that we are reenacting over and over again? It doesn't have to be from our childhood. It can be a trauma from a love affair that we had, or a trauma from a relationship, or a loss that we had. What is it that is coming forward that's saying you can only get to this point of success and then no more? Like the star goes out, the hope is gone, type of thing. Because we're being told here that the beauty is endless, that the power and the prosperity and the bounty and the abundance is endless. Let it shine within you. Can we do that? Or are we going to let it pass us by? Because the Five of Pentacles is being on the outside of wealth, being on the outside of prosperity, being on the outside of abundance. And it's like, this is where I belong. And Spirit's saying, why the heck do you belong in poverty? I did not make you to belong groveling in poverty, in hurt and in pain. I made your life to be beautiful. It doesn't have to be something that is like, I own 18 million different houses and I drive or I fly a private jet, type of thing. It can be this, I stumbled across this channel on YouTube. It's called Cheap Irish Homes, or something like that. And this woman is absolutely brilliant. She has these homes that are falling apart. She talks about like, oh, you have running water, and oh my gosh, you have electricity. Like it's gold because, well, it is. But, and she makes you rethink how you can live. She really, really does. And she says, if you need a roof over your head, if you need a place to call your own, and you don't have a lot of money in the bank, or, this is all you can do. She's like, there can be things that are done. And it's so inspiring. It's so inspiring to see somebody who's thinking like so far out of the box that you didn't even imagine it. And now it's like, oh wow, there's still hope here. And that's it. There's still hope here. Just because it's not the way that we thought it was going to be, or just because it's not the way that, television sells it, does not mean that we can't have meaningful, beautiful, prosperous lives. And that's what the star is saying. It's like, this is eternal hope, prosperity. This is the deep desire of the soul coming in, Pisces, and it's letting it shine. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the moon, is ourselves. We're represented by the moon in the major arcana. We are going to have a tendency to get in our own way. Our subconscious and our conscious are going to be intertwined. They're going to be battling with each other. We're also going to have a tendency to fall into fear, which is what we do. Signs have different things that they tend to fall into. Pisces tends to fall into fear. And this is going to be a time for us where we need to look at that fear dead in the eye and say, no, you don't get to rule me. And fear is such a common thing. Everybody falls into fear. So we can sit there and think, oh my gosh, this is so terrible. I'm afraid again. But everybody is afraid. Everybody is afraid. Everybody deals with that fear in different ways. So that's going to be powerful for us here, Pisces. It moves us to our subconscious chakra energy, and that's our third eye chakra, and that's our dreams. Neptune rules dreams, right? Our dreams are coming forward, and our dreams are speaking to us in such a profound way. We are designed to embrace our third eye. We just are. If we do it, if we meditate on our third eye, Pisces, if we embrace the power of our third eye, we will be shocked at what comes forward. Our subconscious rooted energy is Taurus. Taurus is our tradition, is our success. It's what's intrinsically and powerfully important to us, that moves us forward, that guides us, that changes our world. Because it's like, this is what I am married to. Not who I am married to, but these are the things that are just so powerfully important to me that if I turn my back on them, I turn my back on everything that I need, desire, and want within my life. It moves us to our subconscious inner self. And that is the Five of Wands. We're going to have a tendency towards chaos. Five of Wands is argument for the sake of argument. Now we can find that people think we're doing great and we feel just completely overwhelmed. So be mindful of that. But this is not letting the chaos rule, not letting the hurts and the pains and the overwhelming, energy win. So the Five of Wands, it's like, this is something that can start off little and can just blow up. And we need to step back from it and say, no, I'm not fully into the game of, of pettiness. I'm just not. Or of, gossip, or of whatever sort of chaos is coming in. Our subconscious emotional self is the Two of Cups. It's the minor arcana Lover's card. It is healing, beautiful love. It is unity coming together, and it is profound. It's our angels guiding us. It moves us to our subconscious public arena self, and that is the Empress. And the Empress here says luxury, beauty, harmony, abundance, grace, fertility, love, nurture, beauty, art. There's just a sense of us being pregnant with infinite possibilities and embracing it, moving forward in it, embracing who we are and what we want, and not being afraid to say, this is my heart, this is my soul, this is what I greatly desire, and this is what I'm creating, embracing, and moving forward within the world. This is what I deeply need. This is what I need to birth into my world. And it can be an explosion of color, because that's what I keep on seeing here. It can be, an explosion of words, of ideas. It can be, deciding that you want to have a family, or maybe deciding that you don't want to have a family, and freeing yourself and saying, this is my dream, this is my life, this is what I want. And letting your heart open that way. So often we think it has to be one way or another. No, listen to your inner self. Listen to that voice. It is going to guide you. It is going to lead you. All right, Pisces. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and the intensity of this Mercury retrograde. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Pisces, and may you have a blessed Mercury retrograde.